Good morning, friends. It's Tuesday. For all of you that's keeping up with my planning, only you're going to see this Thursday, so happy Thursday. We are about, and let me just say, I'm 2 weeks behind, at least, of our green beans. And I'm going to go ahead and do more contenders because I love them. And I'm going to use these jades. I haven't grown these. I was going to grow them, remember, last fall, so I could have a second round, and I opted not to. I stuck with what I knew and what's familiar, and one of our favorites. That's the contender bush beans. So what I chose to do is plant them in the same area that last year and the year before our raised beds were here, those wooden beds. Well, now we have exchanged those for mineral tubs. So I'm going to place these in the same area because they've done so well for us. And I'm going to try and stagger them in between the pepper plants, like the bell peppers and things like that. They're a great companion, although they're not going to be sharing the same space. They will migrate great. Now, if you're wanting to plant green beans, a great companion would be your peppers. Because they're a nitrogen fixer. You know, green beans don't do well with nitrogen, but the peppers, if they're going to be housed together, will balance the pH. And if you wanted numbers, about a 6.3 to 6.5 for your pH if you're into testing your soil. Just remember that the, and how do they pronounce the green beans? They're in the legume family. Y'all know I butcher it every year, so I don't even try to say it. It doesn't roll off this Louisiana tongue. So some of you are probably going, oh, she butchered it. Yeah, Lippy butchered it. Green beans, that's what we're going to say. But I'm going to use my garden tone. Low in nitrogen, high in or higher in phosphorus and potassium. So that's what I like to use. As you can see, I'm really a garden tone fanatic, and I use the liquid fertilizers. Now with my tomatoes and peppers, I will use the fish emulsion, which is, I believe it's a 10-0-0 for the onset. Because your nitrogen, remember, and I'm going to repeat myself like I do every year, but we have new gardeners. There's an M, P, and K. Now you can get real in depth to checking different minerals in your soil. Y'all know I don't. But I do concentrate on my N, P, and K. N meaning your nitrogen. The point of nitrogen is to grow that plant up. Once you start seeing a true leaf, a 3 to 4 leafing, okay, then you have to back off that nitrogen. Then you got to give it the phosphorus. What that's going to do is start putting on the blooms, putting on your fruit. And we have a guest here. Sorry for the tail, guys. She's in my bucket. I got a plant. And then we have the nitrogen, which is to grow your plant up, not high. I normally shut the nitrogen down, say, after I plant, and I'll show y'all. I give it about 2 weeks, and then I start pushing the phosphorus, which is going to yield me my blooms, my fruit to set. Now, your potassium, which is your K, some people call it potash. What that does, that's just a central vitamin to your plant. That's the health of your plant. Without the health of your plant, your roots are just going to stay right here. You want them roots to spread out. You want to really put that vitamin to your plant. So that's why the N, P, and K is so important, because they all work in different ways, but the results is to yield you the best fruit you can get. So, but moving towards peppers and tomatoes, I'll show y'all, you know, a little bit more. Right now, I got to remove this cat. If you're cat lovers, she wants to be wherever I'm at in this garden, or she wants to be with her chicken friends. I thought she would stay over there with them, but she heard me talking. See, I thought I was hiding. No, she's right here, so she has to be removed. Unless she just wants me to plant her too in with the green beans. Because she's like, can you at least touch me? Let's get these green beans going. I'm not doing a whole lot. I'm gonna do a few. And that way, when I start pulling a lot of the summer crops out that I usually end in July, I will go ahead and be able to make another round going into fall for my zone, 8B in Louisiana. And I can then yield me a larger crop of green beans. I still have quite a few from this last fall. So I'm only gonna do a few so we can have them fresh to eat. And if they really produce, I'll be able to can some. But I'm really gonna concentrate on growing an abundance of green beans in the fall. It works. Plus, I'm not gonna be doing any winter squash. I won't be doing any pumpkins. No watermelons, no cantaloupe, anything viney like that. We are not set up this year for that. And to be honest, we have a lot of creepy crawlers. And until we can get these plants up to where they can trellis correctly without breaking the vine, I'm not gonna do that because I don't see that well. And on this black tarp, I definitely don't see well. So I won't be growing any of those this season or moving into the fall. That will be next spring. That gives us time to come up with a way to safely grow those that I can see well. There we go. And I'm gonna take a handful of my garden tone, just like that. And since we're only going 1 inch depth, I'm not worried about those seeds sitting on that garden tone. Okay, let's fan it out again. Clean my little bucket up. Oh yeah, y'all can see. So I will do this one here at this point. There's about an inch. About an inch. And one here. Perfect. And I'm gonna start with the contenders. Now, once I see germination, say 2 out of 3, I'll give that third one 2 or 3 more days. If it doesn't do anything, I will go back in and pop another seed in there, or another bean in this case. Now, a lot of people will soak their green beans. I have never done it. So far, I've not had to do it. I get great germination. But, you know, if you happen to run across videos that soak their seeds, you know, 6 hours overnight, you know, try it. I mean, I see they have good results. I personally, I don't do that. But I do look at the bean. I like a good dark bean. And that's it, guys. And to show you guys what I mean by peppers and green beans can grow well together, I pulled out this 6-pack. Now, I do have 4 great germinations, 1 tiny one, and none here. What I did is I planted jade bush beans, a green bean, a seed here and a seed here. I amended with a little garden tone. But I'm gonna plant one of these mixed bales. This is by Burpee. And we're gonna see how well this does, because this was seeds I had, and I don't ever recall even growing the mixed bell pepper. So from the picture, it shows purples and oranges and yellows, and you know, and all bell peppers can be eaten, even at the green state. So I'm gonna pluck one out and I'm gonna put it right here. And I'm gonna dig fairly deep, and I know that my bush beans are right here, and I'm going to add a little bit of calcium nitrate to prevent blossom end rot. Just a sprinkle. I don't want too much because I have the green beans in here. Okay, pack that down, and they're not large plants. Now, I've already amended this with the garden tone. I took about 5 inches off, put garden tone in. And I'm gonna choose this one, and I've got to mark it. I've got me a marker out here. See, it's a tiny, tiny plant. So I'm gonna have to add a little bit more. Give it a good little press. Now I am gonna snip this bottom leaf off and this one, similar to it, what you do with a tomato. And again, I'm not gonna cover where my beans are until they sprout. But I am gonna go ahead and put my splashback straw everywhere that my beans are not at. Mainly around this pepper plant. And when you wet this straw that I use, I showed y'all a couple of weeks ago, and I'll insert a picture right now for the ones that may just be joining us. I gotta lean. So that's what I started on Tuesday. Guys, I'm 90% done planting the garden. I mean, we have, I think, 6 mineral tubs to fill for me to plant in. And then we have to put the cattle panels up. But remember, we're not doing the front run. But I'm gonna turn the camera around and show you what I have done from Tuesday till about an hour ago when I started cleaning up all my mess, so I could get this video finished and get it uploaded, because I've got a shower. Today's Thursday. That means ball games. So I got to get ready for ball games, but we're at the entrance. We still have the jasmine to plant. I mean, there's still quite a bit, but as far as the planting, I am 90% planted. I still don't know how I did it in 2 days. Yes, I do. Daylight till dark with a flashlight. We got the lemon tree out. It's going to be right here at the entrance. And it is loaded in lemons. So this is one of the two. We have to get the other one out. So it sits off to the side. That way no one tries to go down this way and gets poked. Of course, y'all know all the flowers that I got the other day. They're standing bright all the way down. And look at the dill. The dill is beautiful. So we'll start in here. This is my little inviting spot that says, "Welcome, friends." I got to get me something to hang. I'd like to find a little chime to hang on that one corner. But we did get the begonias out that we kept alive over the winter. Now this one done really good. And I put one of those little patio tomatoes down here. But this one broke off. So I've removed all the broke off limbs and put some fertilizer, freshened up the dirt. So I think it's gonna be fine. But they don't like sun. So by being underneath this mulberry tree, it's gonna keep them shaded. So we are set and ready. The dianthus is doing fantastic since I changed pots. I mean, I could have lost that thing. It was soaked in that other pot. Okay, we're gonna go down this way first. And where you see straw, I have planted. Now, everywhere that you see straw, which is everything I've planted, is almost 2 bags. So if y'all are going to be looking at the straw that I use, 2 bags for this size garden. And I have the short metal stakes. I probably need to pull out the large ones, but I think the short ones are going to be fine. These are just pepper plants. Oh, and some pretties. And there's 2 Dr. Witchies, but those are set out because those have got to go in the mineral tubs that I ran out of time filling up. And we pulled out the cages, those square cages. Those are getting rusty on me. There's the lemon balm. Here's the other lemon balm. And these two pots, our neighbor, Mr. Larry, was throwing them away. They had jalapenos in them from last year. And there was a sticker that said $19.98 a piece. Well, he was going to throw them away, and I took them last year and put them up. Well, guess what I planted in them? Some little jalapenos that I started. Okay, I'm at one of the corners. I still got to get the blower and blow, but that won't be today. But I wanted a gap wide enough for my wheelbarrow. And I may end up moving this one so I can actually bring my golf cart in here. But this is, I believe, it's called Tropical Sunset. I've never grown them before, so we're going to see. But I've got two of those. Now, these are indeterminates. And this is a Chef Green. I grew two of those as well. Never had them before, but we're going to see. Here's a bucket, and here's 3 that I didn't get finished filling, and there's 2 on the other end. So we have 6 buckets left. And this is a heatless habanero. I put 2 to this mineral tub. I started to do just 1, but how will I know what it will hold if I don't try? So I did put 2 there. My Space Master cucumber is holding on, doing good. And I've got a pepper plant here, and did I tag it? Absolutely not. So I'm gonna say it's a bell pepper because I had quite a few. The Market More still holding on, and I know that this is a bell pepper. Bells here, more bells here. And if we pan, this is where I planted the green beans. 3 to a mineral tub. And you see, I have my splashback straw off to the side. Once the green beans come up, then I will take that straw and move it to the inside. All the way down. And this is another Chef Green and a lizard. We have lizards all over this garden. And here's a mineral tub that's got to get cleaned and filled. So if we go back up, there's a tub. Here's the green beans. I've got 2 jade green beans planted here. And then, what is that? Colored bell. I've got a pot full of marigolds that I did seed, and guys, they are coming up. 2 more mixed bells. This is California Wonder. Got the lemon balm. And here is the heatless habanero that I put here along with the cucumber. And the same here. So this is the picture of the row, that long row. And all we have to do now is put the cattle panels, finish them off, and shade cloth. I need to put 3 indeterminate tomatoes. And I've got my little cages sitting here. I was able to get 2 finished. And they are both Chef Orange. And I've got, let me show y'all. I do have these little metal rods so I can stake it as it's coming up, and then I will tie it to the cages. We're gonna see how well that works moving forward to next year, because I've always grown in mineral tubs, but not everything in a mineral tub. So we're gonna see. There's the other Chef Orange. And here is all the paste tomatoes. I have San Marzanos, and then I have 2 Amish paste. That's all that germinated in the cups, but all the San Marzanos did well. And I have basil, as well as mint in every raised bed. Here's some mint. Remember, I dug all my mint up. And all the little pretties. because I think this is the focal point to the garden. Some more mint. I still got to find a place for those. We actually dug those up on this property. They were buried in dirt. So obviously there was a garden at one time. Here's the San Marzanos. So all the way down. So I really do like this little area. I can put me a stool in the center and work all the beds. And it's peppers and tomatoes, guys. And they're all looking good. I started planting these Tuesday evening, and I was able to finish this whole run yesterday and some more. This morning, basically, I just filled the mineral tubs that you saw the indeterminate tomatoes in. The wind's blowing. It feels good out here. Once I've cooled off, now it feels really good. Here is a, let's see what this is. It's a heatless habanero. And again, I planted some marigold seeds and they're coming up. I know the sun's bright, but this whole row has got to get cattle panels and shade cloth. This is what it looks like when we pan all the way down. So that is this spring's project, is this row and that short row that we started with cattle panels. Then we'll save up to do this long row. And that would be this one. Now I don't have anything planted in that one yet. This is the Roselle. But this whole front row is nothing but top pick purple hull peas. And yesterday, where I was missing one, because I did 3 to a mineral tub, I popped another seed in there. So this whole row is purple hull peas. And another Roselle at the very end. Got a tomato here. A pepper will go here. Tomato and pepper. Actually, they're sweet banana. Okay, let's go down. Now, more marigolds, but I've got a okra seed planted here. Tomato, 2 okra seeds planted. Some more lemon balm. Okra seed, more marigolds. 2 okras. So you see, I'm trying to keep them in the heat. And I only had a little bit of germination in those cups. Can you see? I think I ended up with 6, so I had to reseed. Not a big deal. So I've got 2 here that was from the cups, 2 in this one, and 2 in that one. I had 6. So the rest of them I just direct sowed. Look how pretty that Roselle is. I've got to get some straw in there. Now here is one of the 2, what I call hoops. Like a hoop house when it's not even enclosed, but that's what I call it. The mom's doing good. Parsley, remember we seed started that. And this is full of tomatoes till you get down to here. And I have a mixture of crook neck, straight neck, yellow squash, and zucchini. So I only have 6, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 squash and zucchini combined. Okay, here's the other one. Of course, we have radishes. And these are peppers. Sweet peppers throughout. Oh, and I see a wasp. Our blueberries are loaded. Look at this. So both berries are doing good, but I brought you out here. See, I have to empty that tub, that tub. Let's see, there's 5 left. But I brought y'all out here because I lifted this up because I wanted to get the dolly and grab this. But when I lifted it up, I immediately put the lid back on. Fixing to share with y'all what's in there. Oh, I'm in the bright sun. What'd you think of that little nest of birds? I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And the mama was in there, and I was like, I'm gonna take a picture. I hope she don't fly out at me. So I set my phone in there, and I was like, click, and then I put the lid back. I think that's a brilliant spot for a nest. Although I can't get my bucket for a while, but that's okay. She can have it. She's just borrowing it for a little bit, right? But while I'm out here catching a heat stroke, I'm gonna show y'all what the strawberry bed looks like just in what, 2 days. Look at that beautiful red strawberry. And I looked at it, has no marks at all. They're all looking really good. Here's one hiding. They're all throughout the bed, guys. My phone says hot. I thought, uh-oh, it's got that little thermometer thing. So I hurried up and got in the shade. And my phone looks a little funny. So that is what I've done since Tuesday when we planted green beans. A lot of work, but I am thrilled. So now it's time to sign off, get cleaned up, and go watch the boys play baseball. But as always, stay safe, stay well, and God bless. And I will see y'all this weekend. And don't forget, weekend vlogs will be posting on Monday mornings because I can't get it edited and uploaded in a decent time on Sunday evening. So just remember that the weekend vlogs will post on Monday mornings, and there'll always be a video on Wednesday or Thursday unless an emergency comes up. 3 videos a week. So I'll see you guys, well, this weekend, but actually Monday morning.